Have you ever seen those wild videos of someone getting absolutely blasted with a cloud of brown dust on their birthday? It looks like a spice cabinet exploded, right? Well, if you have, you've likely witnessed one of Denmark's messiest and most hilarious traditions, the 25th birthday cinnamon attack. Today, we're diving deep into why the Danes do this. Where did this crazy custom come from? Stick around because the story is just as spicy as the tradition itself. So, what's the deal with the cinnamon? In Denmark, if you're unmarried by the time you turn 25, your friends and family have the right, almost a duty, to douse you in cinnamon. And we're not talking about a gentle sprinkle. We're talking about industrial-sized bags, leaf blowers, fire extinguishers filled with the stuff, and sometimes they even spray you with water first to make sure it all sticks. It's a full-on fragrant assault. It's a spectacle of laughter, coughing, and smelling like a Christmas cookie for a week. But why cinnamon? To understand that, we need to travel back in time hundreds of years ago to the age of spice traders. Picture this. It's the 16th century, and Denmark is a major hub for trade. Spices like cinnamon, cardamom, and pepper were incredibly valuable, like gold dust. The men who sold these spices were known as pebbersvend, which translates to pepper dudes or pepper journeymen. These spice salesmen traveled all over Europe, dedicating their lives to their trade. They were constantly on the road, moving from market to market, city to city. Because they were always traveling, it was incredibly difficult for them to settle down, meet someone, and start a family. They were married to their job, not to a person. As a result, many of these pepper dudes remained bachelors for their entire lives. Over time, the term pebbersvend became a nickname for any unmarried man, especially one who reached a certain age without tying the knot. It was a bit of a playful jab, a way to say, hey, you're so dedicated to your work, you've forgotten to get married, just like those old spice traders. Now, let's fast forward a bit. The tradition as we know it today is actually quite modern, really only taking off in the last few decades. It started to evolve. For a man's 30th birthday, if he was still unmarried, the stakes were raised. He was no longer just a pepper dude, he became a peppermo, and instead of cinnamon, he'd be gifted a peppermill. Often, this was a giant, homemade, comically oversized peppermill. This was a more symbolic gesture, a larger-than-life nod to his bachelor status. The female equivalent for an unmarried woman was peppermo or pepper maiden. So where does the cinnamon for the 25th birthday come in? This is the fun, modern twist. The Danes thought, why wait until 32 start the fun? 25 is a significant milestone, a quarter of a century, so they created a prequel to the pepper tradition. Since cinnamon is a less intense spice than pepper, it was deemed perfect for the junior milestone of 25. It's like a spicy warm-up act for the main event at 30. The tradition started gaining popularity probably around the 80s and 90s, spreading through word of mouth and university culture. It became a rite of passage. It's a way for friends to celebrate you, tease you, and create a core memory all at once. And let's be honest, it makes for incredible photos and videos. In the age of social media, this tradition has exploded. Everyone wants to capture the moment their friend turns into a human cinnamon stick. What's really beautiful about this tradition, despite the mess, is the sense of community. It's never malicious. It's done with a lot of love and laughter. The friends who douse you in cinnamon are also the ones who help you clean up afterward. They bring the cinnamon, the water, the safety goggles, and often a change of clothes and a beer to celebrate once the dusting is done. It's a shared experience, a story you'll tell for years to come. Remember when we covered you in 5 kilos of cinnamon? It bonds people together. And don't think the fun stops at 30, while the cinnamon and pepper are the most well-known. Some friend groups get even more creative for other birthdays. I've heard tales of garlic for 40th birthdays or other even more pungent spices. The Danes really know how to keep their celebrations flavorful, but the core of it remains at 25 and 30. The cinnamon attack is a uniquely Danish way of saying, "We love you, you're getting older, and no, we haven't forgotten that you're still single." It's a playful reminder rooted in centuries of history, from the traveling spice merchants of the past to the social media savvy friends of today. It's a tradition that has evolved but has kept its heart, a celebration of friendship and life, with a very, very spicy twist. So, if you ever find yourself in Denmark and see a group of people gathering with suspicious-looking bags and a friend who looks a little nervous, you now know what's about to go down. It's not an act of aggression, it's an act of love. A very messy, very fragrant, very Danish act of love. It's a reminder that sometimes the best traditions are the ones that leave a little bit of a mess and a whole lot of memories. What do you think? Would you be up for a cinnamon shower on your 25th? Or do you have any similar wild birthday traditions where you're from? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. Thanks so much for watching and getting spicy with us today. If you enjoyed this little trip into Danish culture, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from around the world. We'll see you in the next one.